Setting up. I'll tell you once it's done. Hello. I think it's going. We're now live. Hi, Vanessa.
Hello.
So today we're gonna, so many people reached out to us about the new product, the Manager Development Incubator. And I wanted to speak a little bit about the product. So I asked Vanessa to ask me questions. Because I find like it's so hard to capture everything, especially when you're as passionate as I am about this new product.
Yeah, no, and thank you for having me. I'm actually very interested in it. I'm very interested to be a part of it as well as part of your executive coaching team. And really, the Manager Development Incubator is a kind of unique product in the market. You see a lot of different kind of one-off training, but this is really a promise of 12 months. You get 10 years in 12 months. Is that correct?
Yes. So it's 12 months. We are asking for a year commitment just so you can learn the 12 critical skills that every manager needs. And I also like to say, if you don't find value, you don't have to stay with us. But I think a lot of people will stay for the community, for the practice, for the skills. I'm excited. And Incubator, I know we kind of struggled with the name. What should we call it? Incubator to me is that safe space where we get to hold your hand when you are leading a new team or you've never had experience leading a team. So we can hold your hand for that first year where you get to experience all the ups and downs of this exciting promotion, exciting and scary.
And why did you create this? Like, why now in the middle of the pandemic? What was that related to it, or what was your reason for it? I know you've talked about this as your mission to really create something like this.
I think what I find after coaching executives and director level and doing corporate team trainings, once you're director and above, you get a lot of support, you get a lot of budget. But people I'm seeing with the resignation, the great resignation, companies are really struggling to hire people. So they're forced to promote from within. They're forced to say, hey, Vanessa, you're so amazing at what you do. Why don't you lead this team? And I think by promoting them, people kind of get happy, but also there's no bandwidth to teach them and onboard them and show them all the management skills. Being amazing and leading a team, completely different skills, completely different skills. And I don't see product in the market that supports that manager development, people development skills. So that was kind of the passion behind this specific product, is to create a space for first-time managers, for people who have never led teams, to really teach them skills and give them space to practice. Where do you practice before you go in front of your team? It's I can read a book, how to give feedback. That doesn't mean I feel competent and confident to give someone feedback.
And I think what's so unique about it is it's beyond practice. It's a safe space as well. It's a global community of managers, right? So you're meeting people from all over the world who might be having a problem that you have in 6 weeks' time, but you're getting to see how that's managed. And you have also, in addition to me, you have a whole series of industry-specific coaches. So if someone's coming in from marketing world or someone's coming in from pharmaceutical, they can help with a specific problem in a specific kind of industry as well. Which there's business, but then it's also nuance too. Is that right?
I like the sense of collectiveness, right? And diversity of perspectives. I find also now the world is becoming more global, and a lot of teams are leading people from different countries, from different cultures. So I think creating that space of as you said, that sense of community where you can talk about your individual challenges and not be afraid to get fired or ruin your reputation or be reprimanded later. It's that safe space to say, hey, I don't know what I'm doing. I have this person on my team. I've tried this, nothing works. I feel like I'm failing as a manager. To have that space to share and learn from each other. This is why the premise is we're going to give you 10 years of manager experience in 12 months. I know it's a tall order, but I am very confident with our group of coaches and facilitators, and by witnessing other people and what they face and what they struggle with, people will get a really good foundation and a toolbox of if this happens, then this. We will teach I want to move a little bit into like skills because it's a lot. In 12 months, every month. Actually, can I take you inside
I
the
was just going to
platform?
ask. Yeah, I would love to see it.
Let
Sneak
me
peek.
see. Sneak peek into all of mine. Sorry, I wasn't. So here is a sneak peek inside the platform, right? I'm kind of like behind the stage, but
Mhm.
once you sign up with the cohort, this is a platform that we have every month. You will see new skills. And there are 12 skills that we cover. We teach you how to read budgets. We teach you how to hire. We teach you coaching skills. We teach you how to give feedback. And I'll share in the comments, like, what are those critical skills? Because again,
Mhm.
my desire, my wish for all these people who are being promoted to lead teams to create high performing, but also human centric teams, to give them
Mhm.
the tools to build trust, to build accountability, to build really like, I mean, think about it. We spent most of our time at work. Like, I want to be
Yeah.
part of the team where we love working with each other. So
Yeah.
inside the platform, yeah, sorry, did I interrupt you?
No, no, go
Oh, okay.
ahead. I was gonna go ahead. I'd love to see
Yeah.
inside the platform actually.
So the support is every month it's a new skill. So in April we're teaching coaching skills. Coaching
Mhm.
skills are so important because if you're a manager who set up goals in like December and January, and then maybe you've given a couple of feedback by April, you're like, okay, what's working, what's not working. This is the
Yeah.
time to start
And
coaching.
this was so smart as well because the way you created this is it's actually in line with the business cycle. So you're
Yeah,
learning the skill approximately a month ahead of the time you're going to need it, like when you're doing performance reviews
yeah.
and teaching someone how to take someone through, et cetera. So I thought the way that you had laid out your infrastructure for this was really smart. People
it
are
took
learning
it took
practically.
yeah, it took a long time to like see, okay, what is relevant right now, what is
Mhm.
relevant now. So whether you join in April or you join us in June, every month we're teaching skills that are like relatable now, like here's what's
Mhm.
happening in the world right now.
Mhm.
So the support is a Slack community. As you said, this is access to global community, this is access to coaches, this is access to trainers. Even though we have 2 training practice calls a month. We have it in week
Mhm.
2 and in week 4 of every month. Slack is always there. So it's like if you
Yeah.
need support, if you have challenges, you just, go into Slack. We have a training calendar. There's always a video lesson just because I love recording videos and I think some people learn better through video. Then
Mhm.
there's skills. Every month you'll learn 3 new skills. So right in coaching, I'm not going to reveal to you, but there are 3 skills every month that we're going to give you. And by skills, I mean very tangible things that you need to
Yeah.
do.
This is what I think is really smart too, that they're tangible and they're measurable. So but from April 1st to
Mm,
April 30th, someone's going to be able to say, I learned this, I can integrate it. And as part of their work, their homework, they're going to actually have an implementation assignment where they
yeah,
practice the skill in the real world after they've been able to practice in the safe space of the
yeah.
Zoom calls or the Slack. So I really love
I
this. It's
literally created this for myself. I think the best products are created when people create it for
for
themselves. They're like,
sure.
I wish I had this where I was like, okay, here are the 3 skills. Let's go and play and practice and have real life
Mhm.
scenarios and debrief. Okay, once you build that confidence muscle, and I think after training so many companies and teams, that is the missing link. Because once we leave the room, everyone just slips back to where they were. They're
Yeah,
like, oh, yeah,
exactly.
that was awesome. Like, we've all read books. I'm like, I know how to lose weight. Like, why am I not doing it? I know how to stay healthy. It's the same thing. I think
Yeah.
being part of community creates that sense of accountability
Mhm.
and save space to be like, okay, I'm going to like practice it with like 5 peers like me. They also don't know what they're doing. So I
Yeah.
feel okay. Nobody knows what they're doing. But then I build enough confidence and competence to actually go back to my team and say, okay, my assignment this month is like, I need to, like, let's say in April, you have to teach 2 team members. If you
Mhm.
don't have a team, go teach your friends, but come back to us at the end of the month and let's debrief what was hard, what was easy, what was amazing, what are you
Yeah.
learning. And that debrief inside the community with your peers, I feel like that's where all the juice is. This is where you're going to
Mhm.
really learn.
And often that's how you're taught to learn. If you want to really learn a skill, go teach it to someone else, right?
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
truly true.
Yeah. So that's why I think the learning platform is amazing, because you have access to it anytime. There, as you see, there's self-assessment, there's like a toolbox that you can download. Every month, whatever we're teaching, you'll get a toolbox. That's another thing. At the
Awesome.
end of the year, I want managers to be like, you know what? No matter what industry I'm in, no matter where I am in the world, I know how to lead teams. I know how to
Yeah.
build teams, and I know how to create highly effective teams. And like, I have my toolbox. You can create a separate Google Drive and start downloading every month. This is how
Yeah.
you create an employee development plan. This is how you give feedback. This is how you have
That's right.
career growth conversations. Like, again, something I wish I had, but I wasted so
Mm-hmm.
much time doing it. And then, yeah.
So
And then, yeah.
if I was going to ask, so, as I'm looking at this, if I wanted to sign up or if I wanted to send someone to it, how do I do that?
I'll share a link. So the new cohort, and this is like, we have a prize for founding members. The new
Mm-hmm.
cohort is gonna start. I'm gonna exit this in April. So it's like, again, this is the chance to like jump in, dive in. Don't wait. You will not be less busy next month. Like, I promise you, June comes, you'll be busy again. Like, it's that
Yeah.
commitment. And I think like investing in your own personal development. So I'll send the link. You can sign up, you can give it to your boss and find funding, right? So many companies have professional development. If you need help selling it to your company, reach out to us. We'll kind of coach you and guide you, because if your company doesn't have that training and onboarding, you have to seek it out and find it somewhere else to be successful
Mm-hmm.
in your role.
Yeah, and this is something, yes, you get the community, yes, you get the critical skills, you're getting to practice as well. And then the final piece of this with the measurement as well is that for a manager or for an HR professional seeing this, there's a very marked trajectory for someone's career that
Yeah.
comes out of this. It's like they start in April, they go to August, they go to next April, and you'll be able to see their growth and their
Yeah.
growth plan that's created from it. You'll be able to identify who the
Yeah.
managers are in your team, who the stars are, and make sure that they stay, because that's really ultimately a huge issue for so many companies right now. And this is a way to counter that, keep those people engaged and keep them learning and keep them
And
satisfied
yeah.
with their ambition.
And I think that's what a lot of companies are missing. And I know we did too. For the longest time, we didn't have the diagnostic tools, right? To say,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I want to do 360 on you. Again, managers don't have that. Director level do, VPs do 360. It's too expensive. Managers don't have 360 feedback. So how can we survey your team, find out like, what are some weaknesses that you have? Where do they wish was different? And start measuring your growth. Because I think
Mm-hmm.
for individuals, it's like, oh, it's going to be so easy for you to show your boss, hey, here's what I achieved. Here's my
Yeah.
employee engagement. Here's my retention numbers. Like, here's how many people got promoted on my team. Here's how many people we hired and retained throughout the year. That's one piece, because managers don't know how to sell the results to guarantee their like future promotion, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think also for like team engagement, like, we're always want, like, yeah, we have the tools and the skills, but your company, your industry, your product, if, whether you're on sales team or marketing team or, I don't know, customer success, it's like, that's going to be very unique. And I
Yeah.
think that's what I love. It's like, how can we support you in developing your own leadership style, how you lead your team, what is important to your team, through constant dialogue and measuring.
That's awesome. So starting in April, it's founding member
Like next
price is
week,
under
we're
400
jumping in.
bucks. It's
Yeah,
like such a small price to pay for really this kind of, you're giving so much stuff away.
I
I mean,
know.
most people have MBAs that are 50,000 plus dollars, and this is really a truly measurable skill set. So
Because
the link
it's,
will
I
be.
wanted, yeah, to create an accessible tool. I'm glad you're saying 397 per employee per month, right? If you think of like people that have their own HR resources, the bandwidth, right, that they
Mm-hmm.
don't have right now. They don't have internal L&D if they're in tech space. So it's like, that's why I wanted to create an accessible price point, whether your company is going to pay for you and you decide to onboard, right, 5 of your managers, or if you're an individual choosing to pay out of pocket just to get good at people management skills, like, this
Yeah.
is the program.
Awesome. I love
I'll
it.
drop a link, and yeah, ask me any questions, message me. If you are in HR and you want to onboard, or you're thinking another client reach out and said, hey, actually, I'm thinking of promoting these 5 people. Can we sign them up so you can train them in the next 6 months? So when the time is right to promote them, they already have the skills. That's another way of leveraging this specific program. Thank you, Vanessa, for
My
asking
pleasure.
good questions. I'm so excited to have you on our, like, building that community with me, creating the global community of managers, of people leaders, where we can help them be like the best leaders they can be. And having you as one of the
Sure.
executive coaches is amazing. I'm so excited. I'm
Awesome. I'm
excited
so happy to be
to,
here.
yeah.
Awesome. Well,
Okay,
thank you.
sounds
There'll be the link below. And yeah, I look forward to watching this community keep growing.
okay. Okay, I'll see you next week inside the